Hello, this is Leech83. How we doing? It's the build up for the next Glasgow derby, and I thought I would give you a little kind of preview type of thing where I'll talk about my predicted lineup and a few thoughts and feelings regarding the match. And being the fact that this is a Celtic vlog, we'll only be talking about Celtic. I'm not going to get into anything else. So, this is how I see our 11 being. One change from the game against St Mirren, that's to bring in Patrick Roberts instead of Gary Mackay-Steven. And potentially if Patrick Roberts doesn't start, it'll be like probably McGregor, but I reckon we should go with Roberts. But anyway, let's go through the team. We've got Craig Gordon, freshly signed his new 3-year deal. So Craig Gordon will continue in the sticks, and he shouldn't really have too much difficulty. If he plays to his standard that he's shown so far this season, then everything should be a good one. On the the right hand side even, we'll have Mikael Lustig continuing in the right back position. He's just done everything that we've been asked of him so far. He had a wee goal against St Mirren as well. And again, the big man's been absolutely superb. We've got Digi Boyata. There's seen a few people say that Simnovic should come back in for this game, but to be honest with you, Boyata's done nothing wrong in his last few games, so why change it? Why mix up the apple cart for no reason? I don't see any point in replacing Dedrick Boyata, so I reckon he should continue. But alongside Eric Saviachenko, who again has been absolutely solid in his last... Well, he's been solid all season, he's been superb. And Kieran Tierney continuing on the left-hand side, so no changes to the defence at all. In the midfield then, first of all, we'll get Beaton and Brown, two holding midfielders who are going to be very, very strong and commanding, so that we can command the midfield from start to finish. The midfield in these games is always the most important thing. It's the fight of the game, and these two have really got to be at their A game. Not even at their A game, but they need to be professional. Don't give anybody any chances to make decisions that we might not want them to make, and just be like how we want them to be, composed, and go about their business in a ruthless but at the same time composed way, and provide the service and the opportunity for the players who are the front line. That front line, as I say, one change from the game against St Mirren, but with Scott Sinclair, Armstrong, and as I say, Patrick Roberts coming in for Gary Mackay-Steven. For whatever reason, Mackay-Steven was just absolutely rotten against St Mirren, and it's a shame really, because against like the last 3 or 4 games of last season when he came in, he looked brilliant, he looked superb, and it looked as if we were getting again a new kind of player. But each time he's kind of played this year, he's been really, really poor. It's quite a disappointment, because everybody who's come into the team has shown a refreshed sort of edge to their game, a refreshed vibe to how they're playing. Everything's looking really good. I mean, look at Stuart Armstrong. Stuart Armstrong is a new player. Everybody said Scott Brown was finished at the end of last season. I mean, look at him. He's been absolutely superb. Big Eric's been great at the back. Boyata's come in out of nowhere, and he's been fucking sensational. So whatever the gaffer's doing is obviously working, but for whatever reason, for Mackay-Steven, whether he's trying too hard or things just aren't going right for him, it's just not working. And as one player never mentioned there, James Forrest, again, he's been outstanding as well this season. Sometimes his final balls are a little bit lacking. You want him to go and beat the man, get to the byline and cut it in, and sometimes he doesn't seem to do that as much as he should. Reminds me a lot about Aidan McGeady. He's got this fantastic talent, but just doesn't seem to use it in the right ways at times that you would hope that he could do, and I think that's just maturity. It will come eventually, and it will turn out to be a fantastic player, and that might still happen for Mackay-Steven, but I just don't know if we're maybe too big a level for him. I know that's pretty much shady. I don't like saying about the Celtic way and he's not Celtic class and this, that and the next thing. Whatever player shows their true potential and plays like 100% every game, that's a Celtic class player. They can come in out of nowhere. I mean, look at the first. I mean, I remember saying about the first couple of times that when Dembele played before he gets goal, he'd be like, "Oh, he's shite. He's fucking dug meat. Is this, that, and the next thing?" And he was, look at him now. Can you take all that back, please? Because he's been absolutely fantastic. So I reckon Mackay-Steven still has a chance, but I could actually see him get out on loan next year if we keep a hold of him. If we don't sell him, we'll kind of wait and see how that one develops. But Patrick Roberts coming in and play place of him. Patrick Roberts is always a thorn in any side that he plays. He's just got this different creative edge, and he's got this little bit of cutting edge. Not only does he want to beat the player, but he's willing to do it 9 times out of 10, and he will go about his business in a very mature and controlled way as well, which is doesn't really happen for a young player many times. But Patrick Roberts has shown unbelievable skills, and the 2 games against Man City was just absolutely fantastic. And if he can bring those type of performances into this game, then we should be perfectly fine. And I think the pace and the technique that we've got up front is more than a match for any side that we come up against. So I'm hoping that we can continue that going. And then obviously Moussa Dembele continuing up front. Can he add to his tally? He's just doesn't seem to be stopping, and it really, I think he's going to end up breaking every record that's for him. So far it looks like he's going to smash everything that's in front of him. He just seems that good, and I don't care about price tags and people saying that, oh, but who's he playing against? This guy scored goals in the Champions League. This guy scored goals in the Scottish Cup. This guy scored goals in the Premier League, in the Scottish Premier League. And to be honest with you, whether or not he goes to a Premier League side down south next year remains to be seen. And if he's going to go for all these reputed millions, remains to be seen. Personally, I don't see him going to England. I think he's going to go to Paris Saint-Germain. It's just my personal feeling. But I don't even think he'll go next season. Just through, like, people can write and say what they want to say about, oh, his mentality and he's not in the game. Does he look like he's not in the game? The guy's loving his football. He's got fantastic players round about him with Sinclair, Robertson, Armstrong, who are providing him service after service, and he's getting adored. How can you not fucking love that? Tell me why you would want to go away from that. Yes, he could go away somewhere else and make a considerable shit ton more of money, but at the end of the day, the lad's only 20 years old. He doesn't need to worry about earning money yet. He just needs to worry about his game and continue to be the player that he is. You look at the likes of Thierry Henry, who have been raving about him. You've got people like Didier Deschamps have been raving about him as well. Loads of French legends have been absolutely just hyping the guy up to mad. And one of the French papers, the main Paris Saint-Germain paper, the L'Equipe, or L'Equipe, or whatever the hell it's, I can't remember how we pronounce how it's called, but that paper has been like raving about him. The French media love him, and I'm pretty sure that the people who are running Paris Saint-Germain are looking at a potential kind of partner for Edinson Cavani. And I mean, every year Edinson Cavani's linked with other teams as well, so you never know how things go in football. I don't think it's going to be a case of the highest bidder, and yes, Celtic will rip your hand off for 20, 30, 40 million, whatever it is, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind 25 million for last 16 in the Champions League, because he's got the ability to put us there with the right people around about him, with the right gaffer. We've got enough creative about us, a nice draw. If the draw goes well for you, then you never know. And to be honest with you, we're not in a position to turn around and say 20 million we can hold off if we can get 20 million for the Champions League. So we're kind of not too bad. We don't need to sell him. So I digress about that again. But Moussa Dembele is happy as far as you can tell. Look at him. Look at his celebration. Look at how he's playing his football. He's happy. He doesn't look like a disgruntled player. If you're looking for a disgruntled player, look at Alexis Sanchez, Oxlade-Chamberlain, and Danny Welbeck. They're just pissed off. They're raging. They're unhappy about how things are going, the service that they're getting, the play that's round about them. They look trapped. They look fed up, which is sad to say, because I also have a little affinity for Arsenal as well. And to watch a team kind of be the way that they are is just a bit kind of depressing, really. It's not really nice to watch when you see creative players and they just don't look as if they're in it. Does Moussa Dembele look like that? Don't believe what you read in papers. Stick to the guys that are on the Celtic sites, the Celtic vlogs and stuff like that. People who are just sharing their opinion about like myself. It gives you a better perspective of how things really are at the club, rather than believing like people that write for the Daily Times and the Herald, the Evening Times, the Herald, the Record, the Sun, and all that sort of stuff. If you still buy the Sun in this day, after all the stuff that they wrote about the Liverpool fans, if you're still buying the Sun after all that time, then you deserve to get your fucking head checked, because that was enough, even before then, to make a lot of people realise that they shouldn't be buying that rag of a paper. And I don't buy papers anymore because of the stuff that was written during the independence referendum and stuff like that. So you just don't believe everything you read in papers. It's just not worth the hassle. But anyway, I digress once again. I think I've digressed a couple of times this little vlog. But anyway, what do you think about the team? Do you think there will be any other changes? Let me know in the comment section down below. All my social media stuff is in the description. If you need any links to get me on Twitter or anything like that, then I'm on there. And I probably will say about 4-0. I'm going with 4-0 tomorrow. 2 goals for Dembele, 1 for Armstrong, and either Boyata or Lustig to pop up if I go. I think I'm going to go a couple of pound on Boyata any time to get a wee goal. And the fact that 18-1 for Moussa Dembele to score a hat-trick, I mean, where have you ever seen a player score a hat-trick under 20s? It's unbelievable. But anyway, what do you think the score will be? What do you think the lineup will be? You can let me know in the comment section. As I say, hope you've enjoyed this little vlog. I'm sorry I've kind of went off in tangents a couple of times, but I just wanted to kind of show my opinions about something and just kind of put it out like that. But hopefully I can just, I don't know, hope it makes sense. But anyway, I'll catch you next one. Hail, hail. Enjoy the game and take it easy.